We are now at the third early major theme, Canaan amidst polytheism. On this strange and busy slide, some interesting tensions will confront this wandering group that finally entered the land promised to them. First of all, it wasn't a barren land. There were many tribes already there. And there wasn't a great tribal group hug and a welcoming. There were battles led by Joshua. You needn't worry about the battles or various tribe names. We're just going to call the various tribes Canaanites. So we have various settled tribes with their various religious systems, animistic and polytheistic in nature. Many of these tribes, especially those living in areas where agriculture was feasible, performed rituals to their gods, and mostly goddesses, to help them. You might recall that in the first module, fertility was often linked with goddess worship. Canaanite religion in the Bible was often described as Baalim, for the god Baal. In this religious system, there were goddesses such as Asherah, Ashtoreth, and Astarte. On the left side of this slide are gifts representing those ancient Jews attempting a new settled skill set, namely farming. As you can see, the ancient Jewish farmer guy is not too good at this. On the right side are gifts representing the Canaanites, who obviously are good with the agricultural skill set, green fields and healthy animals. This dynamic and problem gave me a metaphor idea many years ago, probably before your parents were born. I call this metaphor the divine Aflac policy. Yes, a supplemental insurance policy, which is what Aflac has been for many years. An insurance that covers things that your ordinary insurance won't. I want you to pretend you are ancient Jews in this new homeland. Think about all the things that Yahweh has done for you thus far. You know your sacred history, all the things your God has provided for you. But here's a question some of you might ask. Even your God's role as protector, provider, liberator, divine general, giver of the law, doesn't necessarily prove that Yahweh is a God of fertility. Everyone knows that for much of human history, the goddess has been the most reliable source for fertility. Would it hurt to take out a supplemental divine insurance policy just in case agriculture and fertility are outside the Yahweh skill set? You might notice in the lower left corner of the slide what looks like an advertisement for a movie, The Jealous God. I put words into the mouth of one of the actors quoting from the Hebrew Bible. Much of this scripture happens to be iconoclastic, breaking icons or idols. Besides, the Decalogue states that there should be no other gods beside him. Keep in mind, bright young things, as you place yourselves into the shoes of the ancient Jews, that you are undergoing monotheistic striving. In the middle of the slide, you might notice something that causes you incredibly young and innocent people to want to scream and throw down your computers. Look closely. You'll see the phrase sacred prostitute. If that's not an oxymoron, I don't know what is. But in the ancient world, there was a phenomenon called sacred prostitution. There were sacred women who represented the goddess, such as Astarte or Asherah, at various Canaanite temples. When a man was intimate with one of these sacred women, it was believed that he would gain the benefits of fertility. Besides this practice, historians have noted that many of the other Canaanite rituals were more attractive for some Jews. Think about trying to forge an ethical monotheism while being surrounded by tribes with longer standing animistic and polytheistic religions.